Hello, welcome to the Book Marketing Simplified podcast. I'm Jen Hanson-dePaula.
And I'm Marcus-dePaula. And today we're going to talk about money. And the fact that we know that most authors don't have a lot of it for a marketing budget. We see a lot of people worried about how much money they should be spending on marketing, which is a valid concern.
Or how much it will cost.
And how much it will cost, how much they should expect it to cost. And so we wanted to ease your mind a little bit and give you some options for those of you who have a limited budget, including us.
Yeah, it's a very big misconception that so many authors have that it's going to cost tens of thousands of dollars to actually market their book. They are thinking of advertising. They're thinking of all of these, graphics that need to be created and all of these marketing campaigns. And actually, in all reality, it should not cost that much money. Yes, you can do all of these high dollar things, but they aren't necessary to actually see success with your book marketing.
You can have a very successful marketing campaign just by using your website and social media and building an email list.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, so many of you have probably heard of that old business adage of the cheap, fast, and great, and you can only pick two of those three things. And it's like a Venn diagram that overlaps. So the part in the middle where they all three overlap is like empty because it's just not possible to have something that is cheap, something that is really good quality, and something quickly done for you, especially when it comes to marketing or design or writing. Or anything like that that's being created. So you have to pick two. If you want it cheap and really good, you're not going to get it fast, so it's going to take time. And that's basically what we want to focus on today, right?
Exactly. And that is the first step in really figuring out how to market your book on a very limited budget is to start as soon as possible. I always tell authors, marketing just means connecting with people that have the similar interests as you do, starting your marketing as soon as you start to write your book. And that means start making connections on social media, start getting a plan in place. Because when you have a plan and you're just not free throwing whatever comes to mind and seeing what sticks, you're able to actually invest your time in something that will work rather than just seeing what might work.
Which you call hope marketing.
Hope marketing does not work.
That's right.
And so starting as soon as possible is the first step. And then the second step is to really start simple and get fancy later. We come up with these huge ideas that we think, we need to do this massive blog tour. We need to do huge amounts of Facebook ads, or we need to do all this stuff that costs a lot of money in order to make an impact. Start simple and grow from there.
I do this all the time as a perfectionist.
Yes, you do.
I get stuck because I have all these grandiose ideas of everything that I need to do. And so it's like, well, I don't have this, or this. I don't have my website yet because I don't have my domain. So I might as well not post anything on social media. And so what you're saying is just start doing something. You can start posting on social media even if you don't have a website yet.
Absolutely. Yeah, because that is going to make your connections. You just have to start.
There's a bunch of pieces that work together.
Yes.
And so you might as well just start with one of them. You don't have to have everything rolling as a complete machine all at once.
Very true.
All right, we also have some tools that we love that have free options, which is nice.
Something that we love is a tool called Buffer, which is a social media scheduling tool. It has a free level that you can use.
And we've talked about it before.
Yes, we have. Adobe Spark is one of my all-time favorite tools. I literally use this every single day. It's a graphic tool that's completely free. It has all of the images that you might need, the fonts, the styling, the templates, everything that you need to create great social media posts, posters, any type of graphic that you might need. It is fantastic.
And there's other services out there, but you just
Yes.
have found that
It's like Canva, but there aren't any hidden costs
Mhm.
with Adobe Spark, and I love it. And another tool that we would greatly encourage you to get started with right away is an email marketing tool such as MailChimp. And MailChimp is free for up to the first 2,000 subscribers. So you're able to get started growing your list, and you don't have to worry about that added cost right now. But I highly suggest starting your newsletter as soon as possible. And that's, again, something that does not need to be a huge cost right away.
Absolutely. So what are some other money-saving ideas that you have for authors?
One of the biggest ones is think local. And by this, I mean tap into your local library, your local bookstores, your chamber of commerce, schools if you have a children's book. Think about companies or entities that are within your driving distance. When I worked in the music industry, I always used to tell artists, take your hometown and drive an hour radius around that town and find venues that you could play at within that hour driving radius. The same applies for authors. Take a radius. Maybe it's not just your hometown, but maybe it's your surrounding towns. Maybe it's within an hour's drive of where you are, that you can reach out to those libraries, to those bookstores, to those book clubs, and all these different things that are within your area that you can very easily reach. And then you can just expand from there. So many times we think we have to reach the whole world right away.
Because we can with the internet.
Absolutely. But it's also so much more cost effective if we focus on local first.
Well, because those local businesses are more likely to give you the spotlight as a local author. And
Absolutely.
It's a stronger connection you already have right off the bat for somebody to establish a relationship with you as an author.
Yes. And it goes back to this: start simple and get fancy later.
Yes.
Get your feet wet, get your roots in locally, and then you'll be able to spread out even further.
So along with that, starting locally, it's not just about looking at businesses and organizations that could help you with your marketing. It's also looking at what other authors there are in your area, but it's also easy to connect with other authors online.
Absolutely. I think your fellow authors are some of your greatest marketing tools because the writing community is so encouraging. There are so many amazing authors. And I always tell authors, when one author succeeds, everyone succeeds, because it's not a zero-sum sport.
Mm-hmm.
It's not something where if one author sells a book, you've lost a sale.
Right.
And so when you can support your fellow authors, they are going to want to support you as well. So connecting with other authors and seeing how you can support them, how you can learn from them, and how you can grow together as a writing community will only help you and your books. And you will also help promote reading as a whole. It's not just about your book. It's about the reading community as a whole.
So where can authors go to find those connections with other authors? What are some of the good places that you find?
There are many Facebook groups, but also going to meetup.com.
Mm-hmm.
That is a fantastic way to find authors in your area, but they also have online groups and other resources. Even just Googling writers groups or writer meetup groups. There are so many different ways that you can connect with other authors, but it can also start as simple as you leaving a comment
on Goodreads.
On Goodreads is a fantastic way to connect with other authors, or leaving a comment on their Instagram post or on, their Facebook post, or tweet at them. Make that initial connection. And that's a great way to start those relationships.
All right, so we've given you a handful of ideas of how you can get started if you have even a zero budget. You don't need any money to do what we've said today. What is the make it happen moment for today?
So the make it happen moment is to make a plan. And the first way that you can do that is by going to our show notes and clicking on the link. We have a blog post that has 10 to 15 different ideas that you can use to start marketing your book for free. pick 2 or 3 of those promotions and start seeing them work for you right away.
And let us know your favorite free tools are, free marketing options are.
And if you have ideas to add to the list, let us know, because we would love to help share those ideas.
And you know what? This podcast is a great free resource.
This is true, Marcus.
Yes. So we actually want to ask your help. And if you know of other authors that you're connecting with that might benefit from our podcast, please let them know, because we want to help.
Absolutely. And feel free to rate us, leave us a review on your favorite podcasting platform. We would greatly appreciate it.
Thanks for listening.
See you next time.